You know that feeling when you stumble upon something truly special, something that holds a piece of history, a personal connection, and maybe, just maybe, a hidden treasure? That's exactly what happened on a memorable episode of Antiques Roadshow, and trust me, it's a story you'll want to hear. A journey to Arley Hall, where memories meet masterpieces. The beloved BBC daytime series, known for uncovering unexpected gems, recently set up shop at the magnificent Arley Hall in Cheshire. The air was buzzing with anticipation as countless individuals lined up, hoping to have their cherished items appraised by the show's renowned experts. Among them was a gentleman with a portrait, a painting that held a deeply personal significance. It was of his mother. Stepping forward to examine the artwork was Emin Jaffer, a seasoned expert with an eye for detail and a knack for unraveling fascinating backstories. As he looked at the portrait, he posed a question that immediately piqued everyone's interest. An unexpected revelation: the Indian artist behind the European look. You might think you're looking at a portrait by a European artist of the 1930s, Jaffer began, his voice filled with intriguing anticipation. In actual fact, this painting was done by an Indian artist in the 1950s. This revelation immediately shifted the perspective, adding a layer of mystery and cultural richness to the piece. Jaffer then turned to the guest, asking, "It's obviously a portrait. Can you tell me something about the sitter?" The guest, with a warm smile, shared the personal connection. "Yes, the sitter's my mother. It was painted in India. The artist worked for Grindlay's Bank, which was where my father worked." This seemingly simple detail was the first thread in a much larger, more intricate tapestry of history. Krishan Khanna, from banking to artistic brilliance. Jaffer, with his deep knowledge of art history, immediately recognized the artist's name, Krishan Khanna. He then began to weave a tale that was as captivating as the painting itself. The story of Grindlay's Bank is fascinating because Krishan Khanna, his family originally came from Lahore, Jaffer explained. With the separation of India and Pakistan, they moved to Shimla, where he worked in Grindlay's Bank. But Khanna's journey wasn't destined to stay within the confines of banking. The artist gives up banking in 1960 and becomes a professional painter. Jaffer continued, painting a vivid picture of a courageous leap of faith. He takes the leap, although he had very little money, and took that big step to become a professional artist. And of course, most of the works we know of his date from that later period, from the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, etc. This backstory highlighted the sheer determination and passion that drove Khanna to pursue his true calling. What made this particular painting even more extraordinary, Jaffer noted, was its rarity. It's extremely rare to find a picture from Krishan Khanna from 1954, from this experimental phase. This was a piece from a pivotal moment in the artist's burgeoning career. A master's touch. The luminous effect. Jaffer further elaborated on Khanna's artistic prowess, stating that after taking a few evening classes in painting, Khanna went on to become a really important figure, often deemed as one of the great modern painters of India. "It's a fascinating picture," Jaffer mused. "It's very, very much rooted in European painting of the 1930s. It has a very, very luminous effect with this very thick painting." The expert's words conjured an image of light and texture, inviting everyone to appreciate the subtle beauty of the artwork. The soaring value of modern Indian art. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for: the valuation. But before revealing the numbers, Jaffer explained the broader context that had significantly impacted the painting's potential worth. Krishan Khanna has become a big name, and what's happened is the whole market for modern Indian painting has gone through the roof, Jaffer stated. He attributed this surge to several factors, partly with the birth of private museums in India, with the Indian diaspora, Indians in Britain and America, and Southeast Asia, who want to reclaim some of this modern heritage and have started to collect. This insight wasn't just about the painting's value. It was a fascinating look into the global art market and the growing appreciation for modern Indian art. The moment of truth. A single word says it all. With all the historical context and artistic insights laid bare, it was time for the guest to consider the painting's financial value. Jaffer inquired if he had any idea what the portrait might be worth. The guest's response was refreshingly honest and relatable. "None. None whatsoever. It's never been valued. I've mentioned to my mother that I might bring it here today, and she said, go ahead, see what happens. But no idea whatsoever. This casual remark perfectly captured the hopeful uncertainty that many Antiques Roadshow guests experience. Then the moment arrived. Jaffer, with a slight pause for dramatic effect, delivered the appraisal that would leave everyone breathless. Well, I think she would be happy to know that were it to be offered at auction, it would probably be within the estimate of something like £30,000 to £50,000 today. The audience gasped, a collective sound of astonishment rippling through the hall. The guest's wife, standing beside him, clearly shared in the shock, but the owner of the painting? He remained remarkably stoic, pausing for a beat before uttering a single powerful word: crikey. It was a perfect, understated reaction, conveying a wealth of surprise and disbelief. He then turned to his wife, who, recovering from her initial shock, exclaimed, "Are you shocked, or am I?" A mother's joy and a priceless legacy. Jaffer, witnessing the profound impact of his appraisal, added, "I think you're going to make her a very happy lady today." The guest, now beginning to process the incredible news, replied with heartfelt gratitude, "Thank you very much indeed, she will be." As the audience erupted into applause, the guest looked at the painting of his mother with a newfound awe. It was more than just a portrait, it was a testament to a talented artist, a piece of Indian art history, and a tangible connection to his family's past, now with a value that extended far beyond sentimentality. This story is a wonderful reminder that behind every cherished item lies a unique narrative, waiting to be discovered. It's about the thrill of the unexpected, the deep satisfaction of learning about our history, and the emotional connection we have to the objects that shape our lives. What hidden treasures might you have in your attic? You never know what incredible stories and perhaps even surprising values are waiting to be uncovered.